Hello, dear ones. Father Peter John coming to you from All Saints Orthodox Church in Bloomington, Indiana. Christ is in our midst. I wanted to talk briefly today. Here we are in the early days of the Lenten season, and I wanted to just give some encouragement to each of you. Perhaps we made it through the first week and we tried really hard, and here we are, now into the second week and going to head into the third week. Perhaps we kind of petered out towards the beginning. That's a possibility. We made it through a couple of days or maybe 3 days, and it was really hard, and we started kind of loosening up a little bit on our on the fast and on our prayers and our spiritual reading and our almsgiving or whatever we're doing. Hopefully a combination of all of those things. Or perhaps we didn't start at all. That's a possibility. Or perhaps we're finding ourselves tempted now to begin to lessen the fast. But here's what I wanted to say. Fasting is something, and the Lenten prayers and the Lenten season and the ascesis, the asceticism, the denying ourselves, this is something that goes back to the earliest days of the church. Of course, we see Christ modeling it himself when he fasted 40 days in the wilderness. And then he told us if we would come after him to deny ourselves and take up our cross and follow him. So we see fasting, prayer, good works, all of this from the very beginning days of the church. And sometimes there's a temptation in our kind of modern or postmodern era to think of those things as something that was, good for the ancients, but we know better now. We're more informed. Hopefully not. But it certainly is a temptation. Or to think that we'll just kind of come up with our own fast. Even that is dangerous. If you need an altered fast, then you should talk to the priest, talk to your spiritual father, and work something out so that you have an obedience, because that's how you're going to build the muscle of your soul. Your soul's ability, your spirit's ability to tell your body, no, I'm not going to get everything that I want, do everything that I want to do. I'm going to exercise self-restraint. Anyway, it's important, again, I'm encouraging everyone to take this time seriously. It's a great gift. I grieve and mourn after Lent is over. I feel like I always, at the end of every Lent, can look back and think, I could have done more. I should have done more. I could have tried harder. It's like training for the Olympics, and then if you lose at the Olympics and you look back and say, what could I have done differently? Well, here we are now in the midst of this season. This is our opportunity for self-reflection in the moment. To look and say, what could I be doing better? How could I be trying harder? Am I really praying? Am I concentrating on my prayers? If I am I praying enough? Am I praying for a minute and calling it done? Or am I actually putting in the effort to pray in the morning and the evening and at noonday, and to pray the Jesus prayer throughout the day, and to pray before my meals, and to look for opportunities to be thankful throughout the days? So I just encourage you to really take this season seriously. We do not know how many more Lenten seasons we have. This could be our last. That is not morbid, that is reality. And so we should use this time to its fullest. Take advantage of this. We don't do this because we're trying to beat ourselves up. St. John, the forerunner, said, I must decrease, and he must increase, speaking of Christ. And so when we fast and we pray and we do good works and we do all these things that we're supposed to be doing in this season, we are decreasing our own selfish will, and we are inviting the will of God to live greater, stronger, more powerfully, more fully within us. Jesus said, I came that your joy may be full. So we're doing this. We're preparing ourselves for Holy Week and for the resurrection of Christ. And the more we prepare now, then the more we will be able to, we'll have more space to receive a greater blessing, greater joy, greater sanctification, to have the likeness of God in us shine more brightly. God is working, he's co-laboring with us, and he invites us to work hard to deny ourselves, to take up our cross, and to follow him. Christ is in our midst. He is and ever shall be.